Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. Haha. How's everybody tonight? Zoe Bonnie, how are you? Welcome aboard. Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf One. Is there more than one Lone Wolf? It can't be. Haha. Just kidding. Hi, Diane. Everybody's coming in tonight. I decided to go live tonight. I really hadn't got a lot together, but what was running through my brain with everything that's going on. So many moves and counter moves by the good guys, bad guys, and everybody in between. And some people going, wait a minute, are we the baddies? And, their lights are cutting on. So, hey, it's good. They're rethinking things. So let's see who all is coming in the house. Haha, we got B-Dog. Hi, Mike. We got Kathy, Joel, Leisha. Hi, Linda. How are you? Quilt. Sandy. Hi, Robin. How are you doing? Isla. Haha, I got it right. Melinda, Sharon, and a Google account. Well, did you notice on the first part of my thumbnail what I put? Hi, Mary and Vicky. What I put on my first part of my thumbnail said, yes, we will in capital letters. Because I was remembering when I said, oh my gosh, what's going to happen to us? What's going on with this country? My only two choices was Obama or McStain, right? The first go around. And then Obama Romney. Oh boy. So now we know what's the deal on all three of those characters. But the big chant they got to be going, yes, we can. Yes, we can. And no, well, this time around, it's yes, we will. Okay. Yes, we will. And Mr. T is putting out video after video, and with his speech to the NRA and his many rallies, he is inserting future plans. And as I've said, as many people have said, he's done it. Promises made, promises kept, right? He's never been wrong, right? So, this isn't one of these things. We got so much hope, and yes, we can. No. As the old country saying goes, I don't know if many of you heard this. Hi, Ingrid. Who am I missing? Georgia. Hi, Donna. Miss Mendersu. Ha ha. Georgia. We got two Georgias. William. Damon. How you doing? Sometimes my chats freeze up. Okay, I got it going now. But anyway, there's an old country saying, you can wish in one hand and do something else I won't say in the other hand. But it has to do with bodily function. And see which one gets full quicker. Okay, so much for hope. You can wish in one, you can hope in one hand and do something else in the other, and see which one gets full quicker. So no, we're not about hope and change, and we don't want to change America. We want America back. And instead of yes we can, it's yes we will. So that I think that is our new mantra. Everyone unexpected surprise. Yeah, I forgot to say that I was going to come up. I'm doing a picture show Sunday. I kept saying I'm going to do a picture show Sunday, but I always, get all jumpy about doing picture shows. I didn't think that, oh gosh, what about the rest of the days of the week? But I did take a break yesterday just to rest my poor little brain a little bit. Yes, I see the comments there, Diane. The Senate is in flux. And I meant to look that post up about everybody starting to have physical problems. When's that going to start? And you know what, a side weekend. But instead of Mr. T being embattled and defending himself and hemming and hawing. No, he's coming out like the flies don't even exist. He's just brushing them out of the way and getting on TV and saying, this is what we're going to do. We're going to hire, what did he say, at least 100 prosecutors to go after specific crimes, okay? And he is pointing out the flaws in the system that the Marxist and communists, he's very clear about it, very clear. He doesn't mince words with who's at fault. That they are going to have to answer for what they've been doing. And I tell you, this Bragg character, if he hadn't already cut a deal and is doing a dance, cutting a deal, I believe he will be. Okay, he will be. He'll be cutting a deal because, you know, he's looking at some time. If he's interfering with federal matters, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Especially when he has said in the past that he didn't want to do it. He refused to prosecute and then changed his mind. Oh, he'll start pointing fingers. And yeah, Resident Moron said he would like to stay in Ireland. I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would. Before he starts getting charged for stuff, yeah, if he loses his mind, they'll take it easy on him. So, but while he's still got a little bit of his brain left, I'm sure he will want to be in Ireland when stuff goes down. Now, how is it going to go down? How you doing, Rick? Hi, Vicky. I'm just seeing who's coming in the chats. Kicking Bird, how you doing? Hi, Robert. How you doing? So for those that are coming in a little bit late, I'm just going over what will happen, and we're being told every day. And it, you know, it might sound like a drum beat to some people, but you know, if we listen to Mr. T every day, the stories he tells, you know, say, oh gosh, he's rehashing this, he's rehashing that. But you got to remember, there's more and more people coming to listen to him for the first time. And he is also telling us stuff for the first time, what the plan is going to be, what the strategy is going to be. And I've encouraged everybody to go to, on UTizzle, to go to the Forbes magazine videos, because they put his stuff up there. No nonsense. He tells it just like it is, and they're not taking it down. Has this got something to do with the Truth and Reconciliation Act? So, hi, Jason. How you doing? So we got Dianne Feinstein. She is says she had the statement put out. Of course, it's one of these things worse than Fetterman. You don't see them or hear them. Worse than, what's her name, the Supreme Court situation, Bader Ginsburg. She had the shingles. And I guess they're going to replace her on the committees she's on. And I thought that already happened when Chuck Schumer came out and said they were taking her keys away from her. That was a year ago. And then you have Mitch McConnell, who the last we heard about his physical location was that he was in a rehabilitation facility. And of course, we got this Fetterman thing. You know, who knows if he's even home or not? But prior to this last run of him coming on TV and doing stuff, it was said he was going to get out of the hospital on the 17th. So I would not be surprised if he was still hospitalized. Rick said, timber. Yeah, I mean, these things take time, as Mr. T has said. So, you know, it's getting a point where we can tell it like it is more and more. And I watched a brief clip of Mr. T today, and he brought up what we're going to have to do federally about psychiatric issues in this country. And for all the things that people say about Mr. T, that he's rude or whatever they say, mean, he uses fairly gentle language. But he said in the past that we were going to have to look into asylums. We used to have asylums in this country for people who were a danger to themselves and others. And I maintain that there's a good possibility that Fetterman, given his condition, would in the past have been put in, was not pejorative. An asylum was, to recover or be treated. And then, it turned into something, where people may, have men with nets coming after people and things like that. So, well, Donna, I see what you say there about Fox, but they got to play middle of the road. Got to play middle of the road. How you doing? Red's in, rubber toes in. So, because if it's like the situation with Bill Barr. If Bill Barr says things that are unflattering to Trump, and Trump says things that are bad about Barr, more people are going to tune in when Barr comes on, and he's going to slip stuff in there. And it's the same with a lot of other people. So there has to be a push-pull, political jujitsu, like I've talked about in the past. Homes for the bewildered, Kim said. So anyway, he said that there was drug issue, health issues, mental issues, but he finished up that part of his little talk about the fact that there's a spiritual issues in this country, and it needs to be addressed. And telling it like it is important. And the current climate, you can't tell it like it is without getting punished or ostracized or taken down or whatever. But that's the whole crux of free speech. I want to give you an instance. Where's that article I saw? I was going to put this up my picture show, but I guess I could still do that. But anyway, Diamond and Silk put up a post where they were talking about something in California. California school district votes in favor of keeping a child's gender transition status from parents. The Chico Unified School District has voted to keep their, quote, parental secrecy policy in place. Parental secrecy allows Chico Unified not to inform parents not only of the status I'm hearing, but also the child's whereabouts. They're going to allow the removal of the child from the home, a de facto removal, without the parents' consent. And this is in California. Now, if you say anything that's crazy or whatever, you'll be called a hater, you'll be called names, and you'll be shut down. Well, the whole point of free speech is to be able to stand in your position. The other thing Mr. Trump brought about was some of these issues. He didn't mention this particular issue at all. He got around to it. You got the gist. But he was saying we have to look at the harm that such treatments can cause. and human suffering. As I've been saying for months, we're in a humanitarian crisis, and this whole philosophy of transgenderism is causing human suffering. Now, not being able to say it like it is, this California story has a picture of a very heavy-set male with a pink dress, long hair, dyed partially blonde, and a beard, talking about the rights of so-called transgender children. Now, this person is, in my mind, in my point of view, my opinion, is disconnected from reality. And I'm not allowed to say what my opinion is about someone who is not connected with reality. He weighs at least 300 pounds. I can't say that this person has got a problem. Now, hey, weight problems, I understand that. Okay. I used to be heavy set. I went up and down like a yo-yo. My father was a big man. He was walking around weight was 250 for many years of his life, but he was, he's a big man. I had a friend, very close friend. Things get out of hand if you don't watch it. And the fate of this person was that they had to cut out the back of a trailer and drag his bed up on a flatbed trailer to take him to the hospital like a old Volkswagen bus. He couldn't move around, but he could always eat. And the whole family, his friends and everyone struggled with this for years. And, being delicate and humoring people or enabling people to do things that the only end of that road is disaster and suffering. There comes a point where you have to stop humoring people. You have to stop with the PC stuff. Now, he got out. He got a modicum of his life back, but he fell back into this binge eating business, and he passed away at a relatively young age. And nobody wanted to hurt anybody's feelings. Nobody wanted to insult anybody. Well, there's nobody to insult now. There's nobody whose feelings are going to be hurt now because he's gone. And I look at this individual in a dress, probably over 6 feet, and morbidly obese, talking this transgender stuff. Listen, that is psychologically unbalanced in many ways. And you have to ask yourself, Trump was telling people, look at the country, the spiritual problems of the country. It's like a friend of mine said, when you have a country that can even have a show, because I'm not just talking about transgenderism, I'm talking about a lot of things where people get disconnected from, they're looking at a mirror that their eyes are changing what they see, what they perceive. They look in the mirror at themselves, they see something that's totally different from reality. But what do you say about a country that can even have a show like My 600-Pound Life? If you've ever watched that program, tell me those people aren't suffering. And you see how they rationalize, how they imagine in their own mind, delusional about their appearance, their abilities, okay? That it's somebody else's fault, that they're doing their best. And they find pizza boxes under the bed. They find all kinds of stuff all over the place. But now, oh, you're fat shaming people. No, I don't want to see people laying in their own filth and packing food in their face where they can't even walk. Okay, and then die of sepsis from a bed sore, from laying in waste while they're sitting there eating and eating and eating themselves to death, and a government system that not only, if they don't deliver the food to the door for them to kill themselves, they give them a stipend every month. They're disabled because they're so morbidly obese, they don't have to take any steps to change anything about themselves. And in many cases are celebrated. Like I noticed a bunch of YouTube videos that came out about people who were, well, I forget the term they use, saying that being heavy was beautiful or something. I don't know what that term is. I can't keep up with it. Just like they added the two initials or letters at the end of the alphabet. Now there's two more letters back there. So, but these videos came out, all of a sudden, these creators who were very heavy and talking about how beautiful they were and how shameful people should be for pointing it out, and even binge eating on screen, were passing away. So there comes a point where things have to be said, because it starts harming others. When you have this person that I've talked about with this California story, having access to a decision-making process that affects little ones, and nobody can call them out, or nobody can contradict them, we got a real problem, because people are being hurt. And let me see what's going on in the chat here. U.S. is getting tyrannical, Ian says. Yes, they are, but they're getting tyrannical for us to accept the unacceptable. Let's see. That's right, Robert. They are enabled by loved ones, a mother, a spouse. They'll get the kids. They're very crafty about how they get that food. The manipulative behavior, manipulative and emotional. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going through here. So, man, I'm way behind the chat. But anyway, they can't confuse or conflate pointing out the obvious or the harmful and unhealthful. Pointing it out, they cannot conflate that with being a bad person. Okay, sometimes tough people say tough things. Okay, it's called tough love or concern, where you just got to come out and tell people. And this business with transgenderism, this desire to get to young ones with a canard that they've got to find out what gender they think they are, they want to be before their puberty kicks in. That's the excuse they're using. That stuff has got to be stopped. And there was a little back and forth on Twitter. That's where I put this, when I put in capital letters in my thumbnail, I put life, L-I-F-E. And I mean that for more than one thing. We have to respect life, of course. That's the main thing. But this Twitter back and forth was the redheaded libertarian put up in Twitter, Governor DeSantis, you can't sex change your child in Florida. And it has a link to an MSNBC article that says Ron DeSantis' desperation for power is destroying an entire state. Oh, he's saying you can't transgender children. And MSNBC says he's destroying the entire state. Well, Elon Musk jumped in and said, any parent or doctor who sterilizes a child before they are a consenting adult should go to prison for life. So there has to be a point where we put our foot down collectively. And I strongly feel that what Mr. Trump has been putting out, especially in the last 3 weeks, has been a I'm getting a text, folks. Sorry about that. What he's been putting out for the past 3 weeks has been what we will do. Yes, we will. And if you listen to them, it's not pipe dreams. It's not promises. It's what he's going to do. And if you listen to them, what he's saying, it addresses many of our concerns. And there is going to be thousands of disillusioned people who will be the equivalent of taking a box of donuts away, okay, from the bedridden fat person in the bedroom. They are going to go nuts, okay? The same thing is going to happen with this situation with the philosophy of transgenderism. It is equivalent of a religion. Confused and deceived individuals. The other thing that Mr. T is pointing out, that there's going to be a mandatory test for all civil service employees. And I've said that from the beginning. Police officers, anybody in a position of public trust should be able to answer not just the basic questions, but any question that has to do with civil liberties as they relate to the Constitution. They should be able to have a cogent understanding, not a law degree, but a cogent understanding of the spirit of the Constitution, the meaning of the Constitution. And if they repeatedly act in a way to defy it, that should be grounds to relieve them of their responsibilities. Okay, no more. Till you can come back and talk and act right. So I'm looking through, see what we got here in the chat. So anyway, we haven't had any big blow-ups except for the chocolate factory and the cows. So what's next? We've got this stuff going on. I feel that if this stuff is sabotage, it's being tracked. We know that antifizzle is being tracked for a long time. We know that. We know that people are being more proactive about countering this. As Mr. T said, many politicians are beginning to say, Elon Musk is beginning to say, using terms like demon, okay, demonic. And we're hearing that same type of language from the East, okay? Demonic, satanic. We're starting to hear that. People are queuing in. I talked about that one transmission that got canceled. The mission was canceled because a janitor found a lot of suspicious stuff. And you can bet that if you were working as a food service person or janitor in a school, And you saw what happened where those 3 children and 3 teachers lost their lives. You would be going to bed wondering, what could I do to stop that? What would I have done in that situation? You would be thinking about it. And this, I would be willing to bet the specific janitor was saying to himself, I know somebody who comes to school that concerns me. Okay, it's not like he just tripped over the stuff by accident. I think he got his antennas up, just like a lot of Americans are getting their antennas up. And the latest one to show that is this story about this is from the Post Millennial, a trans Florida teacher, Ashley, who allegedly said they were going to SHOOT the kids and then do the same thing to themselves, right? Well, there was an uproar that that person was still a teacher. But the news is out now that she'd been fired. But prior to that, deputies went to the house because you had someone verbalize something that, it has to be investigated. It's someone expressing a desire to do harm to somebody else plus themselves. All they had to do was threaten to do harm to somebody else, and that's grounds enough. Harm to themselves or others. Well, they did both. This tranny did both. And so there's no red flag law needed there. But the last update is the Florida Department of Education removes the trans teacher who threatened to shoot students. Prior to that, the deputy removed 3 firearms and ammunition that Ren Shizkowski possessed. First name of Ashley. So, you know how many times stuff like this probably happened and nobody said a word? Or they probably said, what do you need, a raise? Or here, we'll give you a little one for a couple hours. Will that make you feel better? But anyway, upon the department bringing the concern to the superintendent Wednesday evening, the Department of Education, only then did the school district remove the teacher from the school effective yesterday, Thursday, April 13th. So people have gotten their antennas up. They put out a statement. What did it say here? Early this week, the department was informed of a situation regarding student safety at a school. Upon the department learning the concerns, bringing the concerns to the superintendent Wednesday evening, only then did the district remove the teacher from the school effective yesterday. Therefore, the teacher is no longer at the school. Okay, so let's see. Do you want America to get back? Hello, America, saying nobody's coming to save us, and there's no evidence that ever hinted at that. Well, people are motivated, people are activated, and they're not walking around blowing bubbles while this stuff is going on, saying, well, whoever wants to love anybody is okay. Now they're starting to see the ramifications of it, such as intercepting this individual and intercepting the other transmission. There's 2 transmissions that have been interrupted. Let's see. Well, I can, I see we're talking about Elon Musk, but I can tell you he turned on Matt Lynn in a big way. Things might be happening in Taiwan, Jeff B says. Okay, Jeff B, are you the one that got accosted with a firearm? Or are you different, Jeff B? Falafel, how you doing? Oh, yeah, yep. Are you still there, Jeff B? Anyway, I'm on one subject, and we're going to Taiwan, but I'm not getting an answer back. I guess we're on the brink of World War III, and uh, I can't get an answer back if he's the person that was accosted by a firearm. Hi, Pamela. How are you? Red, you know him, don't you? Maybe I got the wrong one. I got the wrong one, right, Red? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know. Let's see. Anyway, so apparently we know things are touch and go over there in Taiwan. They did these military drills, and they what they called military drills, and they pretty much surrounded the whole island. And then they said the drills are over, but they kept bringing in more and more hardware and vessels. So I'm not getting an answer. Mary said, I am correct. Oh, Jeff B's coming on Mike Penny show. Okay. All right. Let's go up here to Jeff B and goodbye. Okay. Never got an answer out of him anyway. Well, he made a comment apparently right when I blocked him. So I don't know. I just know that there was a big brouhaha over somebody that was supposedly SHOT, and it turned into a big bunch of nonsense, and I couldn't get an answer out of him. So I don't need that kind of business. I'm just trying to keep on track because we have this sentiment that nobody's going to come help. And yeah, that's true. We have to help ourselves. That's the whole purpose of a self-governing. Okay. We can't be asleep at the switch. And okay, Red, I see. You don't know Jeff B, but other people in chats I trust did know Quilt, Pamela, and I trust what they say. So, well, he's history now. How you doing, Sid? He's history now. Go back on Mike Penny's show, and some of them other people. I can't remember who they are, but anyway, we got our own thing going on. And we got news services, and we got all kinds of stuff. We don't need people bursting in the chats like they got inside information. So anyway, oh my goodness, that kind of kooky stuff takes you right off your stride. But anyway, we are helping ourselves. We're the cavalry. That's why, Obama was good at getting everybody mobilized. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Well, when we hear Trump saying there will be prosecutions, we will address the mental health issues in this country. We will address the spiritual problems in this country. We will address corrupt prosecutors in this country. We will address banks that are trying to connect people's political views with their access to money. We will prosecute people who violate the Constitution under the color of law. We will be taking a look at doctors who are doing things that are harmful, knowingly doing things harmful to children. We will hire prosecutors. We will go after these people. Yes, we will. That is going to be our chant, not yes, we can. We're not going to hope. We're going to do something. And the most important thing he addressed was spiritual, because that ties right in to your mental health, psychiatric problems, the way people are committing crimes, just like going out and getting a cup of coffee. That Cash App founder that got waylaid, I'll say, and was screaming for help and nobody would help him. We're finding out that suspect got caught. We're going to find out a little bit more about who that person was. And what his mental health condition was. Because if you could look at this person, and I'll put it up, I guess, for my picture show Sunday. Don't forget, I'm going to do a picture show Sunday, folks. So y'all make sure you got your notifications. Oh, like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't hit the like button, please do me a favor and hit it. It helps the video go around. Like I say, don't keep me all to yourselves. And let me see. I guess I did the right thing there. That was Angel Rose said that's not the Jeff B. Then I heard that it was the Jeff B. Okay, well, let me see. Let me see. Well, I'll see what I can do about that. Better to be safe, because there's so much stuff going on with those other channels where people getting all kinds of crazy situations. That's right, Don. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. That's our chant. Every time Trump, I gotta get hold of somebody in the Trump camp when he does a rally. He says, we will do this, and everybody go, yes, we will, and he goes, we will do that. Yes, we will, because they're getting nervous. It's coming, and yes, we will. We will put a knot on their head like an egg, but it won't roll off, just like they used to say back in the day. My thoughts about what some are saying about Iraq, people being in Washington a few days ago about the RV. Well, Iraq is interesting, especially for a country we dominated and took over, and it's been quiet in that situation. I really can't speak to it that much, but Iran and Iraq were always at each other's throats, and I mean, hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives in the Iran-Iraq war. And I think they're laying low. I think before I say stuff about certain things, I like to get more information. Kind of like what's happening with China letting stuff out about Biden. I mean, they are. You talk about a stab in the back. in a good, as far as for the country, it's a good thing, but for Biden, it's a bad thing. But they are letting people know they got more on him. So there is so much criminality that had happened during the Gulf War and the Iran-Iraq War. The Ukraine conflict is very much like the Iraq situation, as far as people making a lot of money off of death and misery and arms dealing and money laundering. So I really don't have a lot to put towards that. So which Iraq people are you talking about? And, whose side are they on? I mean, if they're in Washington, if they're going to Florida, I have one opinion of them. They go to Washington, I got another. Red says we don't need Donald Trump in the White House to do it. The Constitution will be the same 16 months from now. I don't understand that kind of thinking, Red. Married said, did Jeff B have a dartboard as his avatar? If so, that's him. Yes, he did. It's the first time I've ever seen. All I remember is the name. I remember the name, and they were talking about Travis. Travis, not Travis, Trainwreck Travis, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know. But he did have a dartboard. Pamela says she's off 3 days and she can watch. Jeff puts stuff in chats with no validation. If he comments, then it's no help. So if it's important, so-called Jeff will back it up. Yeah, he's playing. Yeah, that's what I figured. And when somebody comes in with some kind of news bomb that's totally off topic, you can tell they're not listening to me, not engaging with anybody else. They come in to self-aggrandizing nonsense. So I don't even know what he looks like, but he supposedly survived some kind of black hat assault. I'll put it that way. Bella, Jax, how you doing, Jax? Red says, we don't need a judge to tell us that Braggs has committed treason. Well, you got to watch that video, Red, where treason is defined in the Constitution. Okay, there's other things such as subversion. Okay, it's not all treason. There's other things. Could be treason, but there's other things that people can do. The devil's in the details. And you have to remember, too, that he refused to do anything about it. Now he is. Has he been activated to draw people higher up out to document communications from people higher up? Okay. There's such a thing as double agents. Think about that one, Red. It's tough enough to find out who's an agent. Now, when you get double agent, that's when you're really getting some mind games. And you get them where they can't trust each other. They start being suspicious of each other. She passed. Yeah, Jax, we're so sorry. 12/28/22. 8-week-old. granddaughter. That's awful. Yeah, tell everyone so they don't make the same mistake. That's how we get. That's how we get the word out. 8-week inoculations. Quilt says, Pamela Brown, you're 100% right. Okay, so we got the right one, the one with the dartboard. A lot of people were upset when they learned about the FAKE situation. Well, Red, that's why the military is the only way, and they operate in many ways. PSYOPs being a top operation. They say the first casualty of war is the truth. And in some ways, that's a good thing because PSYOPs, you gotta mess the enemy up. You gotta fake them out. You gotta lie to them. You gotta get them lying to each other, not trusting each other. Oh, thank you, Pamela. Said this is a great channel, and he started on others, and I don't want that from. Oh, he started. Well, I don't know. Yeah. When you get you get certain people. I don't know how this person operates, but you get where they pick on them and they turn them in or clog up the chats or do something stupid like that. We don't need anything like that. I just read that article, Red, California, and you're putting a keyword in there. Mr. Dejansic. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce it. Does anyone know what happened to Jeff B? I know what the story was. It was he was some assassination attempt or something like that, and it turned out not to be true. And got a whole bunch of channels talking a bunch of nonsense. Nikki, I think she thought when I said I was going up Sunday that I wasn't going to go up till Sunday, Donna. So she was up last night and was up for an hour and a half last night. Rick Pierce says Jaco was saying Pelosi was getting Bo and had a bad military try to break her out. Well, yeah, that's I've been over Jaco. I'm coming up on my hour, but yeah, I've been over Jaco. I'll talk about him more in the future too. Whoops, gosh, these chats are jumping around. I appreciate you bringing it up, though. But yeah, we hear this stuff that Hillary's been tried. She was taken out on a point in Guantanamo at a lighthouse, and it was nonsense. She already asked for a plea deal, and she ain't getting one. She's doing what they're telling them. Yeah, Red's Hello America, Pamela. That's right. Robert said the doctors will pay dearly. That's what knocked me off track. I was going to get on to the doctors. I want to, coming up on my hour, I'll go over if I have to. I wanted to, I was just getting ready to bring this up before this business popped up with the dartboard. I had a friend of mine that I've talked about in the past. He lived to be in his late 90s. He told me to be careful. He said, when you get good health insurance, be careful of the doctors. He used to call me Junior. I said, why? Why? Be careful. They'll make a monster man out of you, Junior, a monster man. And this was, oh my gosh, 25 years ago. The doctors will make a monster man out of you. And I laughed. I said, what are you talking about? Well, they get paid. You got good insurance. They'll find something to hack at or cut at or dig at or prescribe or, that was his feelings a long time ago. And you got a lot of doctors that are so-called specializing. What my dad used to say, going under the knife. I got to go under the knife. And now that we have this universal health care, I'll talk about it more tomorrow, but now that we have this universal health care where they included this, thanks to Michelle Obama, and this philosophical movement that is pushing for this, you got a lot of doctors that are making a lot of money doing this kind of stuff to kids. Anyway, folks, I might as well mention here. I don't trust Jaco either. Mary says there's, trails in the sky. Kentucky Patriots simplify. Yeah, we're in control. We got everything. That's right. Once we step back and look at it, we'll see that there are a lot more people that are being a foil on purpose. And that I think a lot of people are marching to specific orders. Yeah, Jaco, I did a video on him where he was talking about the Georgia Guidestones being an act of God, some purple light, heaven sent thunder, and then of course they catch the video of a guy sitting there putting a cow manure bomb next to it. That I'd be willing to bet that's what it was, nitrate IED. So anyway, folks, this is a viewer-supported and creator-supported channel only. I've got a link in the description for Buy Me a Coffee if anybody wants to help an old man out. I don't get anything from YouTube. I don't have any of those happy chats or what's that little dollar sign you can punch at the. I got where you can take clips and send them off to friends so they got to watch the whole thing, but I don't have any of those. Anything monetized here on the channel. So anyway, got a link in the description. This is everybody that's helped me out in the past and been a big help to me. I really appreciate it. And you see Gary, Debbie, Aaron, Robin, hilarious too, Kristen, Wanda, Tennessee, Sandy, Norman, Dory, Pamela. Pamela's in the chats. Dory's in the chats. Nikki B, Diamond Lil, Camperman, Simpson's in the chats. Mary's in the chats. Lone Wolf's in the chats. Mac, KNS, Killer Fuzz. Somebody one and somebody two. That's since the channel started. Everybody that's helped me out. So anyway, coming up on the hour, you all have a great evening. I'm going to go up Sunday with my picture show. Make sure you hit your notification bell so you know when I go live. And if something goes wrong, I can't do a picture show, I'm still going to go on Sunday. And if something big happens tomorrow, I'll go up tomorrow. But if not, I won't be going live tomorrow night. Okay, guys? So I appreciate you all spending your precious time with me. And I hope you enjoy your weekend. And we will get together Sunday and have a great time. And please listen to Mr. T. And while you're listening to what he's saying, yes, we will. This is Mountain Man over and out.